Content warning. On this podcast, we discuss sensitive issues, including but not limited to swearing, tasteless jokes, situations of a sexual nature, and drug use. This podcast is not intended for children. Hello, and welcome to BiblioWrecks, the podcast where we read really bad books, and then I get to hear all about them, and I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm Bugs. You gotta tell me the name of the story. Come on.
A Billionaire Dinosaur Forced Me Gay by Hunter Fox.
Okay, a billionaire dinosaur.
It's perfectly clear. I don't know why you're struggling.
When you first told me the title of this book the other day, I was speechless for 30 seconds.
It's pretty nutty.
I am so excited.
So I'll start by showing you the title of the book, or the cover page.
Okay. A billionaire dinosaur forced me gay. It is... What type of dinosaur is that?
It's actually on the title page. It is a allosaur.
Okay, because I was like, this isn't a T-Rex.
Yeah.
This has a more narrow
Well,
face.
in the story, it is a T-Rex.
What? They used the wrong dinosaur.
They used the wrong dinosaur.
And then we have a hot 20-something... Photoshopped white young man who is wearing a gray hoodie, but it's unzipped and he is shirtless underneath.
Yeah, and it's weird, too, because it's like weirdly photoshopped. From like the neck up, he's just normal white dude, but from the neck down, he looks like he's been basted and cooked in an oven.
He is so shiny and waxed.
It's weird. And like the modeling for the dinosaur is like 2000s era CGI on the sci-fi
It looks like
channel.
it's from a computer game from 1999.
Yeah, it's bad.
The tongue looks like Play-Doh. And then in the background is like...
It's like a jungle
a
or
jungle?
something.
A mountain in the jungles with like
They
cloud
never get
cover.
anywhere near a jungle in this story.
So we have a human man who we're assuming is the one who's going to be forced to be gay. And then the billionaire dinosaur is a dinosaur and his mouth is open like he's roaring.
With his polygonal tongue.
Yes, sticking out. So he's going like, ah! A billionaire dinosaur.
I'm going to force you to be gay!
Oh, I hadn't seen that picture. That's fantastic.
So I know that's an Allosaurus because on the book 2 title cover, you can see how many fingers he's got, and that it's not like the tiny little shriveled up hands that T-Rexes have.
Oh.
And 3 fingers on each hand. So I'm fairly certain that's an Allosaurus.
In Jurassic Park, wasn't it an actual allosaur that was chasing the kids around, but they called it a,
Which movie?
The original Jurassic Park, the first one.
Okay.
Didn't they misname the dinosaurs because actual, what are those called?
Oh, you're talking about the Velociraptors.
Aren't actual velociraptors like 3 foot tall and
Yeah. They weren't allosaurs. They were based off of Utah raptors.
Okay.
Or shit.
I thought it was allosaurs that were chasing the kids in Jurassic Park, and because remember we played D&D one time, and I was like, I want to ride a velociraptor, and he's like, they're 3 foot tall. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was fun for me.
You were like, you can ride a chicken.
That's gonna kill me. It wasn't originally based off Michael Crichton for the story. He didn't originally intend for them to be based off of Velociraptor or Utah Raptor. It was this other one that's killing me because I know what it is. Deinonychus. It was Deinonychus. I'm fucking dumb.
Sorry, I derailed this whole conversation.
Yeah, no, you're right. I had to
We have to get back to being gay.
Yeah, they're
and billionaire.
and being forced to be gay.
Because that's how that works.
So yeah, anyone who wants to remind me of that in the comments, feel free. I know
Yes.
I'm wrong, so
Let us know.
So this book is very clearly a joke.
Okay.
Well,
you sound unsure.
I am. Like, I know it's supposed to be a joke. I just don't understand what the joke is.
Oh, okay.
Like, is the joke that this is so ridiculous, or is the joke is that someone's having sex with a dinosaur? I don't know for sure.
Okay.
So, really unclear, so we can just go through the story and discuss it as we go.
Yeah.
Shit gets weird, obviously.
I mean, the title is already weird, so anything beyond is just going to be weirder.
Yeah. Also, this is considered a dubious consent, what happens in this book.
I mean, forcing me gay implies that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if
for
you're
that.
uncomfortable with those things, maybe don't continue.
Yeah.
Especially since we'll be making fun of it.
So this story is, like, short. It is.
Oh, yeah, you said it was really short.
It is 15 pages.
Wait, that's more like a short story, not even a novella. Okay.
So book 1 is 15 pages, and also book 2, because we're doing 2 books for this one because they're so short.
Right.
It's like, I think it's like 20 pages.
Okay.
So really, really short.
Combined, we're not even at novella, which I think has to be 60 pages. Okay.
Yeah. We begin by following John, who has just gotten a new job at a nameless Wall Street trading firm, and he is on the phone telling his dad that he's gotten the job to be an assistant to the CEO.
Good for you.
Isn't that Oliver Anderson, the dinosaur billionaire, his dad says? So, what we find out...
Isn't that Warren Buffett, the dog man?
So, the dad is dinosaur racist.
Okay. Okay.
And he does not like these dinosaurs having money, I guess, or power.
Okay.
So, what we've gotten so far is, number 1, dinosaurs are alive. Dinosaurs are intelligent. Dinosaurs can speak. And dinosaurs make really sound stock investments. And the dad thinks they're going to take over the world economy.
We're at Jews.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We're at lizard
That
people
was
and
literally
Jews.
my next note. The more I read this book, the more it feels like dinosaur is just code for Jew. that is literally...
You literally
my
wrote
next
that. I really am you in female form.
One brain cell on this podcast.
Oh my, okay.
So the dad says, I don't like it, John, not one bit. You can't trust those dinosaurs. They'll take advantage of you in no time. Then he says, I swear, if that dinosaur lays one claw on you, I'll kill him.
Sure you will, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that line feel a little weird, though, for a dad to say to his son? Like,
I guess we're assuming all dinosaurs are sex pests.
I guess so, yeah. But, yeah, that one feels weird for a dad to say to his son. Like, I'm glad the dad is, like, concerned, I guess, for his son, but...
Well, the dad is also apparently full of speciest stereotypes.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Okay.
John basically waves this off, saying he can take care of himself. It's fine, Dad. Go be dinosaur racist somewhere else. I'm calling Aunt Janine. A little bit of world building. John went to a suburban public school where only a few other dinosaur children attended. So apparently this isn't like a new event.
This is an integrated society
Yeah.
of dinosaurs and humans. Okay.
But most dinosaurs go to private schools and are, on average, wealthier than humans.
Not beating the Jew thing, guys.
Yeah.
Not beating the Jew thing.
We're not going to either.
Okay. Okay.
John starts his job on the 72nd floor of the building, which is the top floor. before you get up to the helicopter pad.
Very nice.
Because, of course, he's got a helicopter.
Yes.
And here's a line when he first goes into the building. I passed by the security guard who was a raptor, swiping my identification card. And that's kind of just how a lot of the dinosaurs are introduced. Like, it's not...
They're just raptors?
Some of them are raptors, some of them are triceratops, some of them are pterodactyls.
Did any of these have opposable thumbs?
Raptors, potentially. No, they didn't. No, they just got, like, the 3 grabby claws.
Okay.
So, yeah, usually anytime a dinosaur is in the story, it's not, like, made a big deal out of, which I guess if it's, like, an integrated society.
Right.
But at that point, why write a story about dinosaurs?
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how they usually get introduced. It's no fanfare at all, and that bums me out. On the elevator, it's mentioned that everything is oversized in order to accommodate, like, giant dinosaurs.
Okay.
So, yeah, you get points for, keeping up with that.
Yeah, you're involving some world building.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. So he makes it up to the 72nd floor. Mr. Harriet, you're on time. I'm glad. John hears a deep voice say from behind him. This is the CEO, billionaire, Dinosaur Oliver Anderson. A tall green dinosaur in a navy blue suit with piercing yellow eyes and hints of purple in his skin. So, as I mentioned, Oliver is a T-Rex. So it's a T-Rex with purple and green skin. Did this guy write a story about Barney fucking him? Who are you, sir? You wrote a story where Barney fucks you. I feel like someone's got some issues. Like, even if this is a joke, that's a fucked up thing to think on by yourself.
The author is a furry who loves dinosaurs.
Maybe, I don't know, but I can't get the idea of just Barney just walking around with a huge cock.
Wait, did dinosaurs have cloaca? Or did they have
I get into that later.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'll save that for when we get to Oliver shows John what this job entails and then immediately leaves in his helicopter and doesn't come back until the next day.
Oh, how are you going to assist somebody if they just leave you behind?
It's an easy job.
Very good.
So while John is waiting for his boss to come back, he wanders around the office and sees a Time magazine with Oliver on it and remarks to himself that, in a weird way, he was attracted to him because of his power. Because of all the power the dinosaur has.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So apparently, if you have enough money, this guy will just be fine with having sex with any animal, I guess.
Or maybe he likes powerful dinosaurs, not
guess.
normal dinosaurs.
Yeah. So of course, John, went home that night and came back to work the next day, only for the tyrant lizard to whisk him away in a helicopter piloted by a pterodactyl. Because, of course, the flying dinosaur flies the helicopter.
Who doesn't actually have fingers, right? Doesn't he have rings and a little claw?
They usually have, like, at least 2 or 3 claws, depending on the species.
Okay.
But they're just in, like, a really awkward spot. Like, usually they would... I think there's a good amount of evidence they would just kind of knuckle walk on those fingers.
Mm-hmm. I think this guy watched Zootopia and said, yes, but dinosaurs.
Well, this was written in 2014. Was that before Zootopia? When did Zootopia come out? I'll let you look that up. We don't have a producer Jay to look that up for us today.
We don't have Jay to look this up. Hold on. Zootopia stole it from him. It came out in 2016.
Whoa! Crazy. So, yeah. In the helicopter, Oliver tells John they are headed to his beach house. And it's a really nice Victorian-style mansion on the beach. So that's cool. They go inside where a Triceratops butler opens the door for him. So, of course, John has noticed at this point he is the only human that he has seen working for Oliver.
Oh, okay. In a finance firm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming these are all financiers, too.
Finance, dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. John asks Oliver if he's the only human that Oliver has hired. Mm-hmm. And Oliver says he's hired hundreds of humans, but none in positions very close to him. So they're allowed to be employees, but they're not allowed to be on the board.
Not seen.
Yeah. And this is kind of a paraphrase. I usually don't trust humans. I've had many betray me. They are backstabbing, greedy, and self-centered. Dinosaurs possess none of these qualities.
So he's specious too.
Yeah.
The
dinosaurs are clearly better.
Clearly better than the humans. Okay.
John asks, then why did you hire me?
You're so hot.
There was something I liked when I saw your resume. There was something about you I thought I would enjoy.
I looked you up on LinkedIn and saw your shirtless pics.
Your weird, oiled-up body is tantalizing to me. I couldn't stop myself from
I found your
hiring you.
reviews of the waxing place that you attend every week.
But yeah, he says this as he's leaning in closer to John. Mm-hmm. John remarks to himself, I had never been with a male before, let alone a male dinosaur.
So he's actually all for this.
Yeah, he
At
seems
this moment
fine
in
with it,
time,
yeah.
in his head, he is like,
Yeah, he doesn't
okay.
have any thoughts like, I
oh
don't
no,
want
I want
this
to
or
run away.
anything. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
John is worried about crossing a line, though, so he thanks Oliver and says he's enjoyed working with him.
The one day they've been together.
The one day and like 2 minutes when he walked into the office the second day.
Yeah.
Oliver offers to give John a tour, and they only make it to the library when Oliver rips off John's clothes and forces him to the ground.
Okay.
And of course, I'm going to skip a lot here because the sex is, I mean, it's a guy getting fucked by a T-Rex. I don't know what people would expect from that, but yeah, you get to hear about Oliver's giant dinosaur cock and his scaly skin and his tiny dinosaur hands scraping John's sides as he thrusts.
But is John enjoying this or not?
Oh yeah, he's into it.
Okay, so we come into this like maybe he's bi, because he feels himself attracted to Oliver, the very powerful dinosaur.
Yeah.
And then this happens, and he is not upset. He's just, and we already clearly have a power problem.
Yeah.
So we are having to walk the line of, obviously, your boss shouldn't be having sex with you.
Yeah.
But from John's perspective, this is kind of cool, I'm guessing.
I guess. If you're interested in fucking a T-Rex, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Two consenting adults. Well,
In
a
this-
consenting adult and a dinosaur. Yeah.
In this world, can they interbreed? Or is...
Never says.
Okay.
Never says. Which I guess that doesn't matter to these two anyway, because they're both guys.
Well, I was just wondering, because, you know, we have humans, and we're one actual species.
Right.
We're just human.
Yeah.
But then you have dinosaurs,
And
and
they're
they have
birds.
a whole lot of different species within dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's
a T-Rex
big
cannot
clade.
have a baby with a pterodactyl.
Right.
They can't mate.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going into that then.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So yeah, this is when I planned my time out to talk about the cloacas and the dinosaur peens and whatnot. So when I read this, I originally thought dinosaurs, from what I understood at the time, probably didn't have genitals, but I wasn't entirely sure, so I had to go look it up.
Our hobby of this podcast is so fun.
Well, that was already my hobby anyway. I like dinosaurs, so
Dinosaur
it's
junk.
a childhood obsession of mine. So
And now you have a reason to look up dinosaur junk aside
yeah,
from
no one
your
can tell me no either.
fan fiction that you happen to find. What are you not telling us, Pam?
Nothing I haven't said already. So, I did some research on the taxonomy and fetal development in some birds. Turns out there's a fair chance that dinosaurs did have external genitalia.
Because ducks do. Ducks have penises.
Yep. From what I understand, the most basal form in the bird clade that's alive today come from the Paleognathy, which is ostriches, cassowaries, emus. They all have penises.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, ostriches got big ones, too.
Oh, my God.
They're wild looking.
Okay, now I know what to look up later.
Yeah.
Incognito mode.
And then there was also an experiment done with embryonic chickens and ducks. Chickens will begin to grow a penis, but signaling from the BMP4 gene kills the cells in the area before they start developing. Mm-hmm. So they blocked the BMP4 gene, and voila, you have a chicken penis.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And they also introduced that BMP4 gene to a duck embryo, and it didn't grow a penis.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How cool.
So this gives some amount of confidence that dinosaurs would have had penises, but of course we'll never know for sure. The evidence right now is more confident toward them having them than not.
And you could have had some that did and some that didn't, just like you have ducks and chickens.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I learned something today.
Yeah.
How dare you?
So anyway, the dinosaur's fucking this guy.
Nice, okay.
And it's super degrading and anatomically impossible, probably.
Right.
But whatever. So Oliver, the dinosaur, tells John to clean himself up and sends him back on the chopper, gives him a generous severance, and fires him.
Oh, no! He hires him, fucks him, and fires him!
He sure does! He does it a lot, too!
Oh, no! That's terrible.
Turns out Oliver has a type and goes through a few assistants every month.
Oliver, there's better way. There's sex workers.
Oh, you.
That's bad. Bad, Oliver.
Bad dinosaur.
Bad dinosaur.
So, at the end of the book, John he wants revenge. And, that's the end of the first book.
He's gonna go tell his racist dad. Yeah. He touched me.
Yeah, it turns out his racist dad was right about a lot of stuff, actually. So we begin. A Billionaire Dinosaur Forced Me Gay, Part 2. And this was written a year later in 2015.
Okay.
So, yeah, the phrase Billionaire Dinosaur Forced Me Gay begins to, break down. It stops meaning anything at some point, right?
And it's not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not true.
John was into it, so it's not...
It sounds like he's probably bi. Mm. And then forced me gay implies a continuation of, a lifestyle or choice, not necessarily a one-off, this thing happened to me, because that's just rape by someone of the same gender. Well,
before 2016, you could only do the one thing forever. And that was it. Once you got touched by the gay, you were gay always.
By erasure. I forgot.
And it's like a switch, but it's a switch that only goes one way. That's
right. We'll never feel the touch of a woman again. Yeah. She'll smell the gay dinosaur on him and run away.
2 years have passed. Turns out Dinosaur Racist Dad was right. The dinosaur globalists took over the world, and now humans...
Oh my god.
And now humans are subservient to dinosaurs and are segregated, and all the humans' rights have been taken away because dinosaurs are the older species, and therefore wiser is what the argument for the dinosaur lawyers made.
We are going to completely ignore how dinosaurs and humans co-evolved. Okay, but fan theory. Jurassic Park actually happened.
Okay.
The dinosaurs came back and that evolved into intelligence and demanded integration into human society.
Okay, I've got a better headcanon. Some of the dinosaur DNA that was spliced into them wasn't just extra frog DNA, it was human DNA, and that's how they started talking.
So we had no dinosaurs. 1994, all the dinosaurs become intelligent. And they're like, we want to go to college. and become financiers and bankers. And so we have spent the last 20 years integrating dinosaurs into society, and that's how they took over.
That makes sense.
They didn't co-evolve with us, because that wouldn't make any sense. They would have just eaten us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's clearly the most sensible possibility.
So now you have old racists who, back in my day, we didn't have dinosaurs in my schools. And he's actually right.
Oh, boy.
The entire world, I cannot even.
Yeah, it's wild. So my next question was, is it just non-avian dinosaurs that are on top now, or are like people getting ordered around by like pigeons and turkeys and shit?
Did other animals gain the ability to communicate with humans?
Right, because dinosaurs, they're the non-avian dinosaurs, and then modern day birds are just avian dinosaurs. Do birds talk now?
Right. Like, what allowed integration with this non-human animal into civilization?
Right. So, yeah,
Okay.
I feel like there should be more on this, honestly.
I think he's
In this
just
15
a dinosaur
book.
furry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. So, billionaire dinosaur Oliver has decided to go to space because regardless of species, when you're a megalomaniacal billionaire, you just become obsessed with going to space, and that's just the rule.
You need a penis-shaped rocket ship to show off how big and powerful you are.
Exactly. Dinosaur or no. So, in John's voice, I wasn't about to let this happen.
Are you now, you big man? Okay.
I had to show Oliver Anderson that we weren't going to stand for the dinosaurs to take over the world. I began devising my plan of attack. And that's funny because his kit later, when he goes to do this little mission, it's hysterical. He then goes on like an anti-dinosaur screed, like how dinosaur actors are replacing like human actors. It seemed like the dinosaurs were getting a kick out of taking over our greatest entertainment and replacing it with their talentless artists. And that sounds a little bit Illuminati coded, right? It sounds...
Jews.
Yeah.
Jews. Lizard alien Jews.
This sounds like if Alex Jones was a dinosaur racist.
Yeah, really it does. And it really makes you feel like they cannot have co-evolved with humans.
Yeah.
They are a new thing.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jurassic Park headcanon because that makes more sense
That makes
than anything
way
else.
more sense than anything else. And for them to like take over. Because you have the idea of, Jews are ruling the world and taking over. But it's like, since what, the 1400s in Europe, and they were using that as a scapegoat to like, we can blame them for Black Plague and whatever.
Yeah, because they were only allowed to have like certain finance jobs because of religious reasons.
And so then we reinforce this idea of, they're the evil bankers, and then, so then they have those jobs and connections. So over time, we've had that problematic view, and that's been like this myth building around Jewish people and whatever.
We gotta get back to
about a species of animal who are now intelligent, though, who are suddenly gaining this power is
yeah, I feel like we're thinking about it way more than was ever.
But he's writing it exactly like the conspiracy theories Alex Jones spits out.
Is.
What the heck is this?
It's nuts.
This is nuts. This is crazy.
So John is planning his revenge, and yet still pines for his enemy. It was easily the best sex of his life, and at night he craves and has dark fantasies about Oliver. So, yeah. He has blueprints to the facility he's going to, so he's going to sneak into the launch facility and fake some credentials and break onto the ship through a maintenance hatch. He checks his supplies before going. Rope, check. Flashlight and duct tape, check and check. Security cards, check. Lube, check. So I guess he's planning on just
I'm fucking Oliver this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not on the checklist is the Rohypnol, presumably an adequate dosage of it to roofie a literal T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much you would have to have, but I assume it's a lot.
Equivalent to like an elephant, probably. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
Everything goes...
So is Oliver ever described as like being the size of a T-Rex? Like, what were they, 12 or 15 feet tall? Weren't they really tall?
I think they were around 20, 25, yeah.
Is he supposed to be that actual size, or is he closer to human size?
Yeah, no, he's got the text says a T-Rex-sized bed, so presumably
a
it's
30-foot-long bed?
Yeah. I mean, maybe the tail hangs off. I don't know. I don't know how dinosaurs sleep. He doesn't go into it. For sure.
Damn, that's what I want to know about.
And all that happens on the bed in this book is not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So everything goes according to plan, and he makes it to Oliver's kingly space room on the ship. He doses a bottle of water on the nightstand, and time out on that one. How can a T-Rex hold a bottle of water?
Or drink from it.
Right, because tiny arm. He can't get
lips.
He can't get anywhere near his face.
Would
mouth.
they have lips that would close around a bottle?
Yeah. Most evidence that I've heard of on the subject says that most theropod dinosaurs would have had lips.
Yeah, I maybe it had a straw in it, and he forgot to mention the straw.
Maybe, yeah. But
or he used his lips to just grab the bottle and then just lifted it up and chugged like an elephant.
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. But yeah, he drops.
So he's drugging the water that Oliver is going to drink.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And drops it in there, and he congratulates himself on his foolproof plan.
Very foolproof. Good job.
And celebrates by stealing one of Oliver's pears out of the refrigerator. Number 2, T-Rex with pears. Why?
And how eat.
Also how eat.
With short arms. I thought they were meat eaters.
They are.
Were they
omnivorous? No, not as far as anyone can tell, because they got those big serrated teeth. Yeah. So yeah, no evidence that they would have eaten any kind of fruit or anything like that. So who knows?
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. He bites into the pear. What the hell are you doing in my room?
I thought you were going to say it was drugged with rohypnol.
Yeah, that would be funny. Somehow, like, the dinosaur gets wind of his plan. He's like, well, whenever he gets in here, he's going to want to eat something, so I'll just dose this pear.
And I can't eat pears, so I won't eat it by accident.
Makes more sense. So it's been 2 years. So John's thinking, surely he doesn't remember me. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, sir. I was just very hungry. It's been a long morning. I'll leave now. And Oliver's just like, no, you specifically, John, whom I remember. What are you doing in my room? He then looks through John's bag and finds the rope and lube. So we know what happens from here.
Oliver takes him and has his way with him?
Yeah, Oliver fucks him on the bed and forces John to lick up all the dinosaur cum on the floor.
Lovely.
Yeah, because we gotta degrade the guy because he loves it.
Okay. And for actual humiliation, he sings, I love you, you love me. We're a great big family.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I
got you. So after Oliver finishes, he calls security, and John goes to dinosaur prison.
Oh, not human prison?
No, he goes to dinosaur prison, where presumably for 5 months he's going to get taken advantage of by more dinosaurs and plan more revenge. He thinks, and we end with a to be continued.
Oh.
So apparently there was some intent to write another book, but it's been 10 years, so I don't think there's going to be.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Terrible news, everyone. I regret to inform you, a third Billionaire Dinosaur Forced Me Gay book has hit the podcast. I found this while editing the episode, and it was pretty short anyway, so I read it really quick because it was only 8 pages, and I'm going to tell you about it. This book reads like a parody of itself at this point. So John goes to prison. he's still looking for revenge. While he's in there and planning his revenge, he bulks up. He gets to do 200 push-ups without stopping. He's also got a Triceratops prison boyfriend. And he gets fucked by like 2 different Triceratops in this story, all in an effort to escape prison. Also, in the meantime, Oliver has ran for president. And he won with the help of Russian backers. And this was written in 2017, and we all know what happened in 2016, so this is pretty funny. So now the billionaire dinosaur is also Trump, so that's fun. So he does all the dinosaur sex in prison and manages to get all his stuff ready, but then the guard pulls him out of his cell and takes him to an interrogation room where who waits for him but Oliver. And Oliver's like, I'm going to torment you forever. And because John is now really, really strong and has muscles, he like trips him up and ties up his T-Rex legs with his prison clothes, and then he rapes Oliver, the billionaire dinosaur. Oh boy, it's funny. Mr. Anderson, are you ready for what I've been planning this entire time? I asked, slapping his big dinosaur booty. Don't you dare, he yelled. So he rapes the dinosaur president, and of course, just like before, it's like dubious consent, but I guess the dinosaur's still into it. While it's happening, John says, I'm gonna come all over and inside you. Don't do it! I only like golden rich people come, not poor jizz. John finishes on his face, and Oliver says, no, not the sweet cum of my nemesis. That happens, and John was recording it from a contraband phone, so now he's got dirt on him that he's going to send to the Russians if he doesn't get him out of prison and install him in his cabinet. So definitely not the worst cabinet pick as far as I'm concerned. John seems like a much better cabinet pick than maybe, I don't know, RFK. But yeah, that's the end of the story, and I don't know that it really adds anything, but it was pretty funny. So there you go, 3 books in 1 episode. Hope you feel treated. So I wish I could say that's where the episode would end, but it's not.
Oh, no.
Shit gets weird.
What?
Mm-hmm. I tried to look up Hunter Fox, the author.
Yeah.
And couldn't find anything besides his Amazon bio.
Because it sounds like a pseudonym.
Yeah. Hunter Fox is a graduate at UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, having a strong background in acting, etc. Very bland, generic. Could be anybody.
Yeah.
And I didn't find any social media or anything. What I did find was a TikTok of a woman reading lines out of a book.
Mm-hmm. Was it this book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly the same lines, except for a line that was supposed to be from John, was from a character named Kate.
What?
Mm-hmm. Eventually, I found another book, Taken by a Billionaire Dinosaur, by Whitney Fox.
What? There's a female version of this from a female named author?
Yep. So my first thought was plagiarism.
Right, AI.
Yeah.
Shove it in, get something vaguely
this
similar
is 2014, though. I don't think it was advanced enough to be able to do it.
We didn't have ChatGPT then.
Yeah, so I thought plagiarism until I read Whitney's bio. Whitney Fox is a recent graduate at UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, having a strong background and interest in screenwriting and playwriting.
He plagiarized himself.
Yeah. So I don't think either of these people are real.
Right.
And,
they're both pseudonyms.
Whoever the actual author is just double-dipped their own shitty porn book to sell a specific seeming product to a broader audience.
Yeah.
As well as an entire library of 20-something other books that have swap-oriented clones just like this.
What?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Really? Why didn't I think of that?
So I'm just going to read you the also by this author at the end of the second book. Mm-hmm. Mummy in my butt. Gay cowboy billionaire beast. Spaghetti monster tossed my salad. My gay saber-toothed lover. Stegosaurus turned me gay. Three-headed dragon punished my body. A griffin tore me up. Dragaconda forced me gay. Dark Pegasus made me gay. Hell's Guard forced me gay. Bigfoot's side piece. Gay android attack. A dragon forced me gay. Ravaged by a unicorn. Forced gay by aliens. Tentacles made me gay. Transforming robot punished me. So it's, I guess it's a story about Optimus Prime.
Honey, no one's forcing you to be gay. You can just be gay. Yeah. That's okay.
But all of these books have their counterpart where it's like a taken by the Stegosaurus or something instead of being forced. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
It's Mad Libs. They literally, on the wall, put up every random mythological or animal creature they could think of. Yeah. And they just flicked some darts at it until they had 4 words in a row.
Yeah. So I mostly just take exception with the fact that they just double-dipped, like, this product.
Wait, and how much did you say this was? $3?
Yeah.
For each? Mm-hmm. For 15 pages?
Yeah.
I wonder how many other people bought these.
It's hard to say.
Because that, if you actually had people buying
Amazon,
that would make some cash.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And you're double dipping because you're selling 2 separate books, even though they're the same book. With, like, the least amount of words possible changed. And, like, that's why I look back and I thought that one line where the dad was like, if he lays so much as a claw on you, I'll kill him. Because that definitely sounds more dad to daughter. That you would say
to a daughter.
Mm-hmm. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's just that part of it is lazy. The author seems kind of shady. This is a weird story, but, like, not so weird that it's not funny.
But now it just feels like a lazy get-rich-quick gimmick. Mm-hmm. You know, there was all of those, courses you could buy in the teens that would teach you how to write books and turn them out and sell them on Amazon for $1 each, and you could be a millionaire. And then you could hire really, really poor people to voice act it for you and put it on Amazon and Audible for super cheap, and that would sell for $2.
They still have those. I still see ads on YouTube for it.
The market's just a lot more saturated now.
Yeah, but yeah, there's these 2 twins who have been selling it for like years, and I've seen like YouTube takedowns of them and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel pretty...
What a ride! Because it's like, whoa.
Number one, yeah, just like you said, it feels like you're getting screwed over a little bit, but at the same time, for how entertained I was, $6, even though it was like 40-page tops, still worth it to me.
Yeah, I mean, that was very entertaining.
Mm-hmm. So, really weird, but good.
It also makes me rethink all of the G-Lizard Banker stuff, because if we're throwing in Jaguar or Sabretooth or Unicorn, it could literally be the same story. Mm-hmm. And
but they're just plugging.
So we want the villain or sex pest basically just needs to be rich or wealthy or powerful. Doesn't matter what.
You know, like a vampire.
Or someone named Grey.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Christian Grey, honestly, but that was way more storytelling than this, surprisingly.
So yeah,
I don't think this guy was having any actual thoughts of...
Yeah, I think it was just stream of consciousness. He thought it was funny and he just went with it.
Yeah. I don't think any of that was intentional at all.
Yeah.
I don't think even any, like, race commentary was intentional if everything is coded like that. Is all of them are titled like this.
Yeah. So, yeah, most likely it's just
wow.
Maybe it was like a subconscious thing, and
just a power fantasy though of wanting to be victimized, that kind of rape fantasy thing, and forced me gay, but kind of liked it, and that's just the thing. That is the only point of the story. Wow. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this like a B. I don't feel strong about that, but it is how I feel about it.
I don't know how to rate that at all.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's not badly written either. Like it's well spelled.
Characters were named and did things.
Characters were named and did things.
There was a beginning and an end. There were motivations. The characters had motives.
Sure did. All established in a really short story. So that's kind of impressive to be able to establish all those things in a really short story in 15 pages.
And to give you so much to work with. Like, I was going off on, this is these conspiracy ideas. And then we have this world. No, he just wanted a dino to fuck him. Yeah. That was the whole point of this. And then get revenge, but failed revenge. And get fucked again.
Yeah. Which, probably what he wanted anyway.
Yeah.
Also, because he did remark that was the best sex he'd ever had and was still thinking about it. So, yeah. Everybody should be happy at the end of the story. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I cannot rate this. It is unrateable. It is in its own separate category.
Yeah.
You, author unknown of UCLA fame, hats off to you. You have broken the mold here. You have broken the rating system.
You did it. You get a B, but we're still sentencing you to probation or something.
Dino jail.
Dino jail.
Go enjoy Dino
You'll
jail.
Love it.
You will love it there. And I'm sure some of them have corkscrew cocks like ducks.
Yeah, probably.
So, more interesting ways to get fucked.
Yeah, get up in them guts.
With your hot wax baloney belly. Didn't his skin look like a baloney color?
I hate that. Well,
thank you for coming on this insane journey with us. That was a wild ride.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Bugs, for also listening and
Dinosaur
commenting.
Billionaire forced me gay. If you know of any dinosaurs that forced you gay, send those books to us that are unhinged, break the mold, bizarre.
Yeah, I'll let you take the next one.
I don't think I will find anything quite this bizarre to match this. But maybe we can get back to some, just normal bad. Normal bad.
Yeah, I'm
this
sure.
This has been some weird bad. Follow us on Blue Sky, Bugs at BiblioWrecks Podcast. Email us at BiblioWrecks@gmail.com. And send us suggestions. We love to hear them, and we will read them, even if they are deranged. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.